Hey, this is Steve with RV to Cycle. If you happen to have one of these bike racks from Summit Products and you're having problems with the latch that keeps the rack up when it's not in use, you're going to want to watch this because I'm going to show you how to replace the latch. For this project, you're going to need two tools. You'll need a hex key or Allen wrench, depending on where you were raised, just what you call it. Metric number 4 is the one you'll need. And you're going to need an open end wrench that's 7/16 inch, or if you can find the metric equivalent, that might work. We had the 7/16 inch open end wrench, and it fit really well, so that's what we went with. We didn't even bother looking through the metric tools. If you don't have an open end wrench and you do have an adjustable wrench or a crescent wrench, that'll work too. Don't use pliers though, whatever you do. So we're going to remove the bike rack. We'll put it on the ground, or if you've got a table, that's fine. And we're going to use the hex key on this side. We're going to use the open end wrench on this side. We'll take this guy off, separating this support from the pipe, at which point we'll be able to slide off this latch, and then we'll slide on the new one, at which point we'll reattach the screw and then remount. This particular latch is suffering from an environmental stress crack, and you can see it right here. And what does that mean? That means it just moves extremely easily, and if you look, you can see it bending, and so there's not much time left before it breaks completely. So just to show you that things don't always go according to plan, forgot to turn the microphone on, so you'll see my lips moving as we're doing part of this, but you'll hear a voiceover. Remove the 4 retaining knobs and gently pull the bike rack from the door. Place the rack on the ground or a work table. Remove the screw from the support arm, paying close attention to the orientation of the washers and screw direction. You have 1 lock washer and 1 flat washer. The lock washer is the one that's split. Remove the old latch. Add the new latch. Reinstall the screw, washers, and nut using blue Loctite. And remember, the flat washer goes between the support arm and the pipe, and the lock washer goes on the outside. Remember, even though you're using Loctite, blue, not the red's permanent, you'll still need to tighten the nut onto the screw. When you put the rack back on the door, insert bolts through the slots at the rack's top. Once the top bolt is properly inserted, install loosely the retaining knob. Repeat with the second top bolt, then focus on the bottom holes. Once all 4 retaining knobs are loosely installed, then it's safe to tighten each of the 4. Tighten until the tubes are snugly fitted against the receivers, which are mounted on the back door. Be sure not to over tighten, as you could cause deformity in the door back behind the receiver, which you will later regret. Well, that's it for today. Hope you got something out of this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate you watching and look forward to seeing you again soon.